Hello. Hello. So, okay, my dear students, good morning to one and all. Today, our topic is a complete set of orthogonality and examples in the subject of signals and systems. And myself is N. Vijay Shankar from ECE Department, Chibrol Engineering College. So, let us start our session, a complete set of orthogonality. We already seen what is a orthogonality in vector, orthogonality in signals, orthogonality in complex signal, orthogonality in approximation signal, and some examples also. Okay, and also we derive the mean square error also. Now let us see a complete set of orthogonal, nothing but it is approximation signal formula only. That formula we know, the CI is equal to integral T1 to T2 f of t x I of t dt whole divided by integral T1 to T2 x I square of t dt, where I is here 1, 2, 3 and so on, n, capital N it is. Or you can take that I instead of I also, just small n. Simply it is a variable only. Cn is equal to integral T1 to T2 f of t x n of t dt whole divided by the integral T1 to T2 x n square of t dt. There is a formula we have for the approximation signal for orthogonality. Let us take one example, a complete set of orthogonal, a set having so many functions. You can take each function and individually you have to prove that it is orthogonal function. Orthogonal is nothing but that Ci is equal to, you have to get the 0. When we'll get the Ci is equal to 0, the numerator becomes a 0, then Ci is equal to 0. So then no need of taking the denominator, and you can take only the numerator function, that is integral T1 to T2 f of t x I of t dt. You can prove that is equal to 0, definitely that is the Ci is also the 0. Okay, so see the one problem, it is a very, very important problem, my dear students. Show that the signal set having 1 cos omega naught t, cos 2 omega naught t, and so on, cos n omega naught t. What is the one here? Cos 0 omega naught t. Okay, cos 0 omega naught t means the value starts from the 0. Cos 0 omega naught t, cos 1 omega naught t, cos 2 omega naught t, and so on, cos n omega naught t. It is a one set. Then another set we have here, sin omega naught t, sin 2 omega naught t, and so on, sin n omega naught t. Here it is also starts from the sine function, that variables is n is equal to 0 only, but sin 0 is a 0. Sine 0 is a 0. There is no any value of the 0 in the set. So I'm not writing that 0 here. I started the sine 1 omega naught t, sine 2 omega naught t, and so on, sine n omega naught t. The given set it is, you can show that orthogonal over an interval of t naught is equal to 2 pi by omega naught. They're asking that the given set having the cosine functions, having the sine functions, show that it is a orthogonal with an interval of t naught is equal to 2 pi by omega naught. What is that t naught? You see, cross multiply that, t naught is equal to 2 pi by omega naught is equal to 2 pi by t naught only. Taking that interval, t naught is equal to 2 pi by omega naught. Cross multiplying, the omega naught is equal to 2 pi by t naught. 1 by t naught is nothing but, we know, the inversely proportional to the frequency. Inversely proportional to the frequency. So omega naught is equal to 2 pi f. Omega is equal to 2 pi, angular frequency. Everybody knows that one. The given it is a omega is equal to 2 pi f, means it is a full cycle. Full cycle means 0 to 2 pi. Half cycle is a 0 to pi, and another half cycle is pi to 2 pi. Totally one cycle means, one cycle is 0 to 2 pi. Okay. Now you can see how we can show that the given set is a orthogonal with the interval of full cycle. T naught is equal to 2 pi by omega naught is nothing but it is a full cycle only. Now I am taking only the numerator, whatever the numerator we have in the CI function. I taken that integral t to t plus t naught. Why I am taking the t to t plus t naught? Actually it is a t1 to t2. That is a finite duration you have to take. T1 I am taking as a t, T2 I am taking as a t plus t naught. Suppose that t is equal to 0, t is equal to 0, small t is equal to. T is equal to 0 means start from the 0 to 0 plus t naught. What is the t naught given? 2 pi by omega naught. Nothing but it is a 2 pi only. Okay. In terms of the angular frequency they given. Integral 0 to 0 plus t naught. It is a totally full cycle. In the full cycle, the given set having the cosine and the sine functions, I am taking the cosine function first of all. What is the one signal? F of t. F of t is considered as a cos n omega naught t. And another function is there, another signal. F of t and x of t. One signal I am taking the cos n omega naught t. Another signal is cos m omega naught t. Okay. Now, here the two functions, the cos A, cos B. Cos A, cos B, or cos x, cos y. You know the trigonometric functions. 2 cos A, cos B is equal to cos A minus B plus cos A plus B. What is the cos A minus B? Cos A cos B plus sin A sin B. What is the cos A plus B? Cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. Okay. So we have the cosine functions only, the two cosine functions that x I am considered as n omega naught t and y as m omega naught t. So 1 by 2, because cos A minus B plus cos A plus B is a 2 cos A cos B. We have only the cos A cos B, means cos n omega naught t and cos m omega naught t. So divide that with a 2, 1 by 2 into cos x minus y plus cos x plus y. Okay. See, for the sine function, the two terms having the same sign only, but cos function it is cos a minus b means minus, here there is a plus, cos a plus b, here the plus, there is a minus. Okay. Then I am substituting the cos x as a cos n omega naught t and cos m omega naught t. So using this formula, the trigonometric function 1 by 2, the integral t to t plus t naught cos x. What is the x here? N omega naught t. And what is the m here? Y here? M omega naught t. N omega naught t and m omega naught t. Okay. So the first term is cos n minus m with the common of omega naught t dt plus, and second term also having 1 by 2 because it's both are multiplied, 1 by 2, the integral t to t plus t naught cos n plus m omega naught t. Think of omega naught is a common, x plus y, 1 n omega naught t and y is m omega naught t. In these two terms, omega naught is a common, n plus m into dt. Okay. So for the first case, now I am assuming that for m is equal to n or n is equal to m, both the functions are equal, n is equal to m. See here the first integral what we have here, n is equal to 1 means m minus m or n minus m means 0. What is the cos 0? Cos 0 is 1. Okay, cos 0 value is 1. So see here, for n is equal to m, cos n minus m omega naught t is equal to 1 I wrote. Okay, because the cos 0 is a 1. So 1 by 2 integral t to t plus t naught 1 into dt. That is the first integral. And in the second one, both are equal. It becomes of n plus m as 2n or 2m. Cos 2m. Following. In the full cycle, cosine function or the sine function, both are the zeros. Once again, I am saying, my dear students, in the full cycle, either is a cos or the sine, both are 0. You see here the integration for n not equal to m, the integration of the n minus m full cycle of cosine wave is taken over one period. Hence, the integration is 0. Hence, the integration is 0. Similarly, for the integration of n plus m full cycle, equation becomes also the 0. I will show that how it becomes of the 0. You see, my dear students, here I am taking the integral of 0 to 2 pi. 0 to 2 pi. How it is a 2 pi? Actually, it is a range of t to t plus t naught. T to t plus t naught. I am taking the t is a 0 and here also the 0 here plus t naught is a given. The interval is given for us 2 pi by omega naught actually. Okay. This is a full cycle only. That t naught is in terms of frequency, we can write as 2 pi. Okay. So the first term becomes is a 1 into dt plus integral 0 to 2 pi. 2 pi I am taking here, the cos n plus m, both are equal. I am taking the n and instead of substituting the m also the n, omega naught t dt. Omega naught t dt. Okay. So for this function, leave it this one, so first one, I am only taking that second function integral 0 to 2 pi, integral 0 to 2 pi, this is only the cos function, cos 2n omega naught t dt. Okay, cos 2n omega naught t. What is the integral of cos? The integral of cos is sine function. Integral of sine is minus cos. Okay, whatever the function is there, we know the integral 0 to 2 pi that I am taking is a cos x dx. Okay, this is a t function, the 2n omega naught is a constant, cos t dt, nothing but sine t dt we have to get. So what is a sine x? Sine x with upper limit is a 2 pi, upper limit is a 2 pi and lower limit is a 0. Then equating this, sine 2 pi minus sine 0, sine 2 pi minus sine 0. Now tell me what is a sine 2 pi? We know the sine 2 pi is a 0 and sine 0 is also 0. So totally this is 0. So whatever we take that the first second term, you see this is the second term. In a full cycle, cosine function, in a full cycle, the cosine function is a 0. Understood? The term is a 0 here. Understood, my dear son? Remember this one, the entire subject, it will get more than the 20 or 30 times. What is that? Integral of cos in a full cycle, always a 0. Integral of cos in full cycle, always a 0. Integral of sine in full cycle is also always a 0 only. That also I will explain the later. Okay. The second term what we have here, that is a 0. Now see, first term. Now again I am taking the first term here. What is the first term? 1 by 2 t2 t plus t naught, t2 t plus t naught. Why I am not substituting here the 2 pi? I am taking it is in terms of the variable t2 t naught, t2 t plus t naught, integral of 1, integral of 1 into dt is with respect to we are applying the integration is t will get lower limit is a t, upper limit is a t plus t naught. Okay, so 1 by 2 into upper limit is t plus t naught minus small t. Okay, once again I will explain in the board. See, here I am not changing directly the 2 pi as of t plus t naught, substituting here, and this 0 is t only. So take this integral of t plus t naught. Why it is a 1? Here we got it is a 1 into dt. Why it is a 1 means cos n minus m is also equal to n means n minus m or n minus m minus m is a 0. Cos 0 value is a 1. So 1 into dt is a t. So substituting of upper limit t plus t naught and lower limit is t. Upper limit is a t minus t naught, t plus t naught minus t. Okay, t get cancelled, we have the t naught only, and before that integral there is a 1 by 2 is also there. So t naught by 2. The first term is a t naught by 2 and the second term is a 0 in a full cycle. Okay. See, so t naught by 2. that t naught, if it is a full cycle, means at 2 pi only you'll get the pi. Now I am substituting integral t to t plus t naught cos n omega naught t cos m omega naught t is 0 for m not equal to n. Is 0 for m not equal to m. If it is equal, what is the value here? T naught by 2. T naught by 2. We derive this function. So where it shows that the two cosine waves of given set are orthogonal over one period. Orthogonal. Why I am saying it is orthogonal? When n not equal to m, the function, the total integral function here is a 0. So in the given set, cosine functions are there and the sine functions are there. We take the first one as cosine functions and we show that the set of cosine functions in the set, the cosine functions are orthogonal. Understood, my dear students? Now the second case, if I am taking to check orthogonality of sine waves. To check orthogonality of sine waves. So what is the sine functions here? Sine omega naught t, sine n omega naught, and so on the values. So one function I am taking the n, another function as taking as a m. So integral t to t plus t naught sine n omega naught t, sine m omega naught t dt. So what is the formula now? 2 cos a cos b as cos a minus b plus cos a plus b. But here the sine functions, 2 sine a sine b. 2 sine a sine b means, see here the formula is I wrote here, since sine x cos sine y is equal to 1 by 2, cos x cos of x minus y minus cos of x plus y. Cos of x minus y minus cos of x plus y. Okay, now write the function, the sine n omega naught t sine m omega naught t is equal to 1 by 2 the integral t to t plus t naught cos n minus m omega naught t as of x minus. You see, it is not the plus, my dear students. Change this as a minus. Okay, what I am showing here, it is a plus is wrong. Here you have to get the minus only. Minus 1 by 2 t to t plus t naught cos n plus m omega naught t dt. Same function. The previously, the first case of taking the cosine functions, the two terms having the in between there is a minus, is plus is there. Now it is a minus. Okay, I wrote it is wrong. Please modify this one. It is not the plus, it is a minus. So what happens? N is equal to m. N is equal to m means is a cos 0 here. And these two functions is also cos 2n. We already derived that in a full cycle cosine function is 0. In full cycle, cosine function is 0. So at n is equal to m, first term is a 0. First term is not the 0. First term is 1 and second term is a 0. Okay. If not equal means both the terms is a zeros, because in a full cycle cosine function is simply is a 0. Remember this one. In any full cycle 0 to 2 pi, the integral of cos or integral of sine is 0. Okay, so the integral t to t plus t naught sine n omega naught t sine m omega naught t is equal to, as of this function is t naught by 2. We already derived, but here it is not the plus, minus 0. So integral t to t plus t naught sine n omega naught t sine m omega naught t is equal to 0 for n not equal to m, and is equal to t naught by 2 for n is equal to m. Okay, when condition is equal to, we got the t naught by 2. When condition is not equal to 0. So not equal only, we have to show that the given signals are orthogonal. So in the complete set, individually cosine function, individually sine function, both are we got as orthogonal. Both are got orthogonal. Okay. Now third case we got combined function, because the set having the cosine and the sine is a combine also. And take the individual cosine and individual sine function. In that same sine and cosine is combined, what happens? Whether it is orthogonal or not also you have to check. Understood? So now I am taking the one function as a sine, another function is a cosine. See the third case, to check the orthogonality of sine n omega naught t and cos m omega naught t. Okay, one signal is sine and another signal is cosine. Okay, so integral t to t plus t naught, integral t to t plus t naught sine n omega naught t cos m omega naught t is equal to, the previously we are taking the cos A cos B or sin A sin B, but now it is sin A cos B, sin A cos B. What is the formula for that one? Trigonometric function sin A cos B is equal to 1 by 2 sin A minus B plus sin A plus B, sin A minus B plus sin A plus B. What is the formula for the sin A minus B? Sin A cos B minus cos A sin B. And cos sin A plus B, cos A sin A cos B plus cos A sin. Okay, my dear students. So using this trigonometric equation, the sine and cosine function becomes 1 by 2 integral t to t plus t naught sine n minus m omega naught t plus 1 by 2 integral t to t naught sine m plus n omega naught t. Here also I told, in the full cycle, sine or cosine, both are the zeros only. Both are zeros only. Let us show that also in the board. Here we explain that integral 0 to 2 pi cosine function. Now I am taking the integral 0 to 2 pi sine function. 2 pi sine n plus m. M also I am taking the n because it's both are equal function. M is equal to n. Omega naught t dt that is equal to integral 0 to 2 pi sine, what is the n plus n? The 2n. 2n omega naught t dt. Okay, this total constant value, see sin t dt only. Same as, what is the integral sine? Minus cos. So minus cos. What is the cos? Cos 2n omega naught t and upper limit is 2 pi, lower limit is 0. Okay, now substitute the 2 t minus cos 2n omega naught t. T means now here the 2 pi. 2 pi minus cos 2n omega naught t. What is the t? 0 as a lower limit. Following, my dear students, is equal to, what is the cos 2 pi? Cos 2 pi is equal to 1. Sin 2 pi is a 0. cos 2 pi is equal to 1. That is a minus of. So minus of cos 2 pi 1 minus, what is the cos 0? Cos 0 is also 1. So what is the 1 minus 1? 0. When n is equal to m in a full cycle, sine function is always a 0 here also. This one. Now see, this is the 0. Integral 0 to 2 pi in a full cycle, cosine function is also the 0. We proved that both the functions is a zeros only. Always remember this one. Okay. So let us go. So in the equality condition, when n is equal to m, this function is a 0 and this function is also the 0. So integration of n minus m or n plus 1 full cycles of sine wave over a period will be 0. Hence, both the integrations are 0. Both the integrations are 0 only. Understood? Because in the first term also see sine n minus m, n is equal to m, the sine 0 is a 0. The previously we got the cos 0 is a 1. So for n is equal to m, we got the t naught by 2. Okay. But here both are for same cases. The first term integral is a 0 and the second integral is also the 0. So integral t to t plus t naught is sine n omega naught t and cos m omega naught dt for all the values of m and n. Thus the sine cosine waves of a given set are orthogonal. So for the given set, cosine functions and the sine functions are there. They are asking that we have to prove whether this set is orthogonal or not. For that, we take the cosine functions and taking of the two signals in cosine only. We prove that at n is equal to m naught is equal to n is orthogonal. When n is equal to m, the value is t naught by 2. Okay. And taking that in that set, sine functions, one signal has sine n omega naught t, another signal has sine m omega naught t. In that case also, we got the same function as a 0 for both are not equal. When t naught by 2, when both are equal. And coming to the last case, combining of one signal is sine and another signal is a cosine. In that case, the two terms, in the not equal condition, the two terms becomes 0, sine functions. So finally, we can say the given set, the complete given set is orthogonal. Why it is orthogonal? The value becomes 0. So the numerator is a 0 means denominator is not at all equal to the 0 because it is energy signal. Ci is equal to 0. Hence, the given set is orthogonal. Hence, the given set of cosine functions and sine functions are orthogonal. It is a very, very, very important, my dear students. Okay. When I'm explaining, you have to take the screenshots and you can write the notes, my dear students. Yesterday, one of your friend is asked about the notes. When I'm explaining here, take the screenshots. So definitely it takes 5 minutes or the 10 minutes for each slide. So you take that directly as a screenshot and take the printouts and write the notes. Otherwise, you can directly read out this one. Next one. Another example. Now, prove that the set of exponentials. Now the given set having some exponentials are there. In the same interval, t naught. T naught is equal to the 2 pi by omega naught only. But previously we have sine and cosine functions. Now in this exponential functions are given. Exponential functions are given. 1 and e power plus or minus j omega naught t, comma e power plus or minus 2j omega naught t, comma, e power plus or minus j3 omega naught t, and so on. Why it is a one, first one, e power j0 omega naught t. E power 0, anything power 0, the value is 1. Anything power 0 is a value is 1. Next one is e power plus or minus also there. j1 omega naught t, comma, e power plus or minus 2 j omega naught t, comma, and so on. So the exponential function, the given set of exponential function, whether it is a orthogonal or not, you have to prove. The same way, you can take the numerator only, the numerator function, integral t1 to t2 f of t x of t. What is f of t? That is xn of t. And what is x of t? xm of t. You get the different x signals. You see here? Here, to check the orthogonality of complex function, it is given as, why they are calling it is a complex. Previously cosine function, but you are not taking that, it is a complex, e power jx. According to the Euler's rule, e power jx is equal to cos x plus j sin x. E power minus jx, cos x minus jx. So e power plus jx plus e power minus jx by 2 is equal to cos x. So this is called it as a Euler's rule. Cos x is equal to, in terms of exponential, e power jx plus e power minus jx by 2. And what is the sign? Sin x is equal to e power jx minus e power minus jx by 2j. J is an imaginary function. This is a Euler's rule. So the given set is directly given as a complex function. Complex means x plus iy, having the real term and having the imaginary term. Both having the real and the imaginary, that we can call it as a complex function. So you can use to prove that the given set as orthogonal, taking the any one signal as a complex function. So now I'm taking the xm of t and xn star of t, complex conjugate. That star is nothing but changing of plus as minus and the minus as a plus the exponential values. You see here, for this case, xm of t, I'm taking the e power j m omega naught t. Because of suffix is m, exponential value, the power is also, I'm taking the e power m omega naught t. And second function, or the second signal, or the function, second signal, xn of t is equal to e power j n omega naught t. Okay. These two signals substitute in the equation, integral t to t plus t naught e power j m omega naught t e power j n omega naught t whole star. Since the given function is a complex functions, to prove that it is orthogonal, we can take orthogonality concept in complex equations. So one function I am using the star here, that equal to integral t to t plus t naught e power j m omega naught t e power, that star is changes to the positive value to the negative value and the negative value to the positive value. So inside we have a positive. So now remove that star and keep here it is a minus. Okay. Complex conjugate means x plus iy is becomes of x minus iy only. Now bases are same. E, take the e and add the two powers, e power j. What is the common term here? Omega naught t is a common term. Take the omega naught t is a common. J is also common. First term is m and the minus n. Okay. Bases are same. You have to add the powers. Integral t to t plus t naught e power j m minus n omega naught t dt. You see what is the equation here? integral e power x is equal to, or we know the integral e power x is e power x whole divided by the coefficient of the t function. That only we'll get here. Okay, integral e power j m minus n omega naught t whole divided by the t coefficient, what is here, j m minus n omega naught t. And in this equation directly I substituted the upper limit as 1 and lower limit also here the t. Okay, directly I substituted this function e power j n minus omega naught, the t with upper limit is t plus t naught, and this t with lower limit is a t, and in between there is a minus. And what is the denominator? The coefficient of the t, that is a j m minus n omega naught. Understood, my dear students? So simplify this equation, 1 by j into n minus omega naught, and in this you can split out the two functions of exponential e power n minus n omega naught t, small t. Another one is e power j m minus n omega naught capital T naught minus e power j plus j only, my dear students, j m minus n omega naught t. In this now you can observe equation j m minus n omega naught is a common term. Take the common for that, 1 by j m minus n omega naught into e power j m minus n omega naught, take as a common. Another term here, e power j m minus n omega naught t naught, capital T naught minus 1. So we take this as a common. I already told that omega naught is equal to 2 pi by t naught, or omega naught t is a 2 pi. That is a full cycle, in the full cycle. Understood? So omega naught t, substitute as a 2 pi value, cross multiply omega naught t naught, omega naught t naught as a 2 pi. In this equation, we can substitute here e power j omega naught t naught is a 2 pi. Integral j m minus m 2 pi is equal to 1 always. How it is? Okay. Since I am taking that it's a 1 minus 1 becomes of the 0. 0 is orthogonal. 2 pi is equal to 1 always. Let us see that also. I will show it is in the board. E power j, whatever the multiplication factor is there. So let us take that multiplication factor also without any confusion. What is the multiplication factor here? J m minus n also. M minus n. J m minus n into omega naught t naught we got. Okay. Minus 1 is a total function. Omega naught t naught. The given interval omega naught is equal to 2 pi by t naught, or t naught is equal to 2 pi by omega naught. So what is the omega naught t naught? Omega naught t naught is equal to 2 pi. Substitute that omega naught t naught is a 2 pi e power j n minus m minus n into 2 pi minus 1. This is a function multiplication factor of 1 by j m minus n omega naught and e power j m minus m omega naught small t e power j 2 pi, e power j 2 pi. What is the function according to the Euler's law? E power jx is equal to cos x plus j sin x. Using this formula, what is the x means? M minus n 2 pi. So cos m minus n 2 pi minus j cos m minus n 2 pi. Okay. Whatever is a multiplication factor here, cos 2 pi is always a 0, not the 0, cos 2 pi is a 1. Cos 2 pi is a 1. J into, what is a, this is not cos, sine. Sine, let's see that also. The sine, cos x and the sine x. Sine 2 pi is a 0. So total equation is 1 only. Okay. 1 minus 1. What is a 1 minus 1? The value is 1 minus 1 here. Minus 1. 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. Okay. So e power j2 pi, e power j2 pi always 1. Remember this equation also. I already told in the full cycle, cosine function is 0. In full cycle, sine function is also 0. And e power j2 pi, e power j2 pi is also always 0. Okay. Now coming to here, not the 0, it's a 1. E power j2 pi is always 1. So substituting that 1 here, 1 minus 1, 0. 0 into anything is a 0. $456. So the given set of exponential functions is orthogonal. Okay. Thus the complex exponentials are orthogonal over any time period t naught. Now, when n is equal to m, when n is equal to m, we can take integral t to t plus t naught e power j m omega naught t and e power j n omega naught t whole star into dt is equal to, when these two functions are equal, m is equal to n or n is equal to m. If both are equal means e power 0. What is the e power 0? 1. Anything power 0 is a 1. Integral 1 into dt is a t. Upper limit is t plus t naught into t. And substituting the t plus t naught as upper limit minus t, t get cancelled, capital T naught. Okay. So for not equal to function, the given exponential set is 0. Hence we can call it as a orthogonal or complete set of orthogonal. When n is equal to m, the value is t naught. Okay. You see here, I wrote final conclusion. Integral t to t plus t naught e power j m omega naught t e power minus j n omega naught t dt is equal to 0 for not equal to condition and t naught for equal condition. So energy of a complex exponential function. So these two are very, very, very important, my dear students. One is prove that a complete set of orthogonal function given sine and cosine functions. In that you have to prove taking off cosine functions individually as a 0, taking off sine functions individually as a 0, and taking the sine and cosine functions individually and not the individual combining functions is also the 0. Then complete set is a 0 there. And coming to the second example, a complete set of orthogonal for the given exponential function. Exponential function nothing but a complex function. So to derive or to prove that the given set of the exponential function, we take orthogonality concept in the complex function equation. One signal is xm of t, another signal is xn of t whole star. We can take either xm of t whole star and xn of t, but don't take the both are complex conjugate. Again, you'll get the real only. Understood? Now, next example is a very, very important. And third one, if x of t and y of t are orthogonal, then show that if x of t and y of t are orthogonal, then show that the energy of the signal x of t plus y of t. So they are taking that the two signals. The two signals are orthogonal. Already they are saying the two signals are orthogonal. And you have to show that the energy of the signal combining of additive combination x of t plus y of t is identical to the energy of the signal x of t plus energy of the signal y of t. Following? So x of t is one signal and y of t is another signal or orthogonal. You have to prove that x of t plus y of t is equal to, combined equation is equal to individual energy signals. What is the individual energy signal? Energy of x of t plus energy of y of t signal. Let you take here, let energy of x of t, E suffix x. In the first class I told the orthogonality error energy signal E suffix E is equal to E square of t dt. E suffix x is equal to x square of t dt. E suffix y is equal to y square of t dt. Now I take it is a finite duration, not the finite duration, it is an infinite duration. In the infinite duration, there is a finite duration is there. So minus infinite to infinite, or you can take it as a t1 to t2 also, no problem. Ex is equal to integral minus infinite to infinite x square of t dt, and Ey is equal to integral minus infinite to infinite y square of t dt. What they ask, the sum of the energy signal. What is the sum of energy signal? Integral minus infinite to infinite x of t plus y of t whole square into dt is equal to. You have to show that individual energy of x of t plus individual energy of the y of t signal, my dear students. Okay, expand this a plus b whole square, a square plus b square plus 2ab. And also you can split the integral for the three parts, integral minus infinite to infinite x square of t dt plus integral minus infinite to infinite y square of t dt plus 2 into integral minus infinite to infinite x of t y of t dt. They are saying that x of t and y of t are orthogonal. According to the orthogonal, integral t1 to t2 or integral minus infinite to infinite f of t x of t is a 0. What is f of t here? X of t. What is x of t here? Y of t. So we know both are orthogonal, means definitely this equation is a 0. The third term having integral minus infinite to infinite x of t y of t dt is a 0. Since x of t and y of t are orthogonal, the third integration term in the above equation will be 0. So the third term becomes 0 since the given x of t and y of t are both are saying orthogonal. So remaining only the two functions. What is the first term? Integral minus infinite to infinite x square of t dt plus integral minus infinite to infinite y square of t dt. So what is the integral x square of t dt? Ex. What is the integral minus infinite to infinite y square of t? Ey. The sum of energy of orthogonal, that is the sum of energy of orthogonal is equal to energy of the total sum of the signals. Okay, it is also very important, my dear students. When I are combining the x of t plus y of t, in the right hand side we got as individual energy signals Ex and Ey. The sum of energy of orthogonal is equal to energy of total sum of the signals. Total sum of means x of t plus y of t. Understood? These three examples These three examples is very, very, very important. Take the three screenshots and take the printouts and practice 2-3 times. Then you'll get understood. Following my dear students. Then hope every students log in with your name and so very good. Some of the one student is still is not changes his attitude. 461. I don't know his name. He's logging with the 461, but the name he is using special characters. So I'm not allowing that person. And 453 yesterday, Uma. I think it is a 453. You are the Uma. Please ask the 461 student log in with his name, don't with the special characters. And another person also entered without any name and without any number also, with total is a special characters only he is using. I don't know who are that 461. Yesterday is also the same thing, he is logging like that only. Whatever who are the CR I told yesterday, one of the fellow that is a 453 Uma, please ask them to log in with the number and the name. Understood, my dear students? Thank you. Any doubts? Please rise. I will explain now itself. Otherwise, you can take the screenshots and take the printouts and practice, my dear students. So problematic subjects means definitely how to practice. Otherwise, it is very difficult to understood. Okay, after 2 or 3 days, even our notes is also not understood. So practice and practice, then only you can understood. Understood. If you have any doubts in the previous class also, orthogonality concepts and the previous class of signals and systems also, you can rise. I will explain now itself. Otherwise, we can end the session. Anyone is there?
No, sir. All.
Abdul, no one. Okay, right. Thank you, my dear students. Thank you, Nandal.